Hello, I'm Maria from the Richardson's Homeschool Life. Today I've come in with you with the garden vlog. It's a collaboration that's hosted by Victoria from Home Educating the Mad Lads, and it's done once a month at the end of every month. So there's not a lot left in my garden at the moment, but I'll give you a show around anyway so you can have a look what there is, and I'll tell you what I'm planning to do with it, if anything. I don't normally do a lot with it in winter, but I do have ideas. So without further ado, we'll take a look round. So here we are out on the patio area, looking what's left really. I didn't finish planting in that upright planter with herbs. I want to create a specific herb garden, I think. Still got some pansies left, and they're lovely, those orange and white. And what's left of the rose bush. Do you know, it actually produced some more roses. Before I'd gone on holiday, there was a couple more roses appeared on it, which was quite nice. But I think I'm going to put it in the garden actually. And the same with this camellia. I've got a camellia at the front that was my mum's, and we moved it and we managed to grow it on again because we thought it was going to die. But this was my uncle's, so I'm going to put it next to my mum's and hopefully it will grow. There's the mint there. That wants chopping again, making some mint. And the apricot, little apricot tree. The leaves look lovely. They look like apricot's leaves, do the colour. There's the marigolds. They've still got heads on them, see, to flower. So unless we get some frost, that might keep flowering for a while longer. The fairy garden, that was a waste of time this year. The cats have totally destroyed it. I'll have to restart with that next year. I've got some dahlias there that never flowered. And again, some marigolds underneath. There's my strawberries. Now we're going to move them. I'm going to put them in some pots, and I want to get some staging to put them on against the blue trellis. There's some more dahlias there. And I'm not sure if that's got a head trying to form or not. I mean, what do you think? Does it look like a head? It looks a bit like one, but it's not flowered this year. This is all it's done. I think really they might be better off in the ground, but I could do with more ground. With some more marigolds. I'm looking at them. Normally I collect all the seeds in them and I get loads of seeds, but I'm thinking I might start afresh next year because I struggle to grow them a bit this year. I don't know if it's the conditions or whether I do need fresh seeds. I don't know. Got a bit of something else growing in there and I don't know what that is. Looks a bit like a raspberry leaf. That's my rhubarb. That seems okay, still a fresh bit, so it's still alive. I'm going to clear all that out and I'm going to put some of the white sheeting over it, like fleece sheeting, to cover it for winter, to hopefully protect it then, and it'll grow nice next year. And I'll get some rhubarb, my bamboo. So now here's the blue trellis that had the sunflowers up it and the clematis. This is where I want to put some staging. You can see the strawberry tubs at the bottom, and they're going to stay in the pots, and I'm going to put the pots on some staging. I want two bits of staging, pieces, shelves. I want two lots, one each side, and I'm going to put some pots on going up, and then hopefully next year I'll be able to save some of the strawberries, you know, the feelers that they put out, and grow some of the baby ones next year. Get a bit more organised. I'm really pleased with this. This is the Blackberry Bush that I bought this year, and look at it, it goes right the way along. See, I'm following the stem that shoots right out and goes right behind the raspberry bush at the end, and I'm really pleased with that. I'm hoping it grows upwards. Dean says perhaps we should trail it up the blue trellis, put it on that side and see, but I'm hoping it fills all of this area out. I mean, there's my old blackberries. I've never really had blackberries up from yet, but I keep separating the plants because they were in pots, but now I've left them in here. So there's a little one and there's that one. So I've left them in there. I'm going to let them do what they want, keep growing. And the same with this raspberry one at the end. That was a potted raspberry, but I thought, well, it's all right at the end. I'm not bothered if they're all overgrown mingling together. It'd be a nice surprise which I pull out, raspberries or strawberries. Raspberries or blackberries. But I'm looking forward to the blackberries. I am really thrilled with them. I'm looking forward to what they do. All of this back patio area, look how empty it is. This had my potatoes on it, and then it had Also my tomatoes, well, they've all done now. Potatoes, I'm not going to bother with them the way I did this year. I'm just going to grow chitted potatoes out of my potato sack that I buy from the farmer's shop. And I'm going to grow them on, which I've done before and had more success than what I did this year with all these professional first, second earlies and main crops. This is a nice flower, look at this. These are those seeds that were out of date that I grew for an experiment. And this is the one that's left. Quite a lot of them grow, but some have died off. But that one's still growing. See, the baths are all empty now. They were the ones that had the sunflowers in, and before that they had daffodils in. Well, the daffodil bulbs are in there, but I'm going to cover them because my dog, Cassie, she likes to go and dig it all up. She thinks it's a play box for her, and she digs all of the soil out of it. Still got some pansies in there. And it looks like actually I've got another sunflower, a miniature sunflower growing. So I'm going to leave that, see what it does. I've got seeds going in there. I'm presuming they are pansy seeds that have blown in from the other. Plus Dean had put a few pansies in, so I think they're pansy seeds. I mean, I want to leave them all. I want to sort the garden out, put everything tidy and in order. But at the same time, I like to just leave things and see what grows and, you know, the colours and variety of everything. I mean, this must be weed, but for some reason, Dean's chopped the dahlia down that has finished and left a bit of weed. This is where the onions were. It's now all, well, it's all weed. But the leeks are still in. See, the sun has damaged the leeks. So the brown leaves where the sun had damaged them when we had all the hot weather. Still growing, but I'm thinking now, saying to Dean, oh, we'll get them all pulled up. And then normally I leave them over winter, but because they're in that state, I think I'm going to pull them and blanch them and put them all into deep freeze. Let's look at Marshmallow. She's having a look what I'm doing, seeing if I've got any goodies for her. And I got some more marigolds there. There was pansies as well, but they've gone back. And the ducks, I can only see 3 of them today. I think the other one must be in the box. Look at that, Jasper, sat in my plant pot. It's a good job there's nothing in there. It's coming out now, I've caught him. But yeah, it's empty in here, it needs a clean up in here. That's some of the garlic I poured. I only got 3 lots in the end. I'm going to see what I can do with that. I don't know if to dehydrate it and grind it to powder. I don't know what to do with it really. Might have to Google. I don't normally grow garlic, but I just thought I'd give it a go. But it's all a bit upside down in here, or needs sorting. But I'm thinking if I can put some lettuce in here and start the lettuce off, and I've got the heater, as you can see there, then as they get a bit bigger, maybe I can just pop them in the bottom of those pots. So I'll have to shut the door though so the cat doesn't jump on them. But I'm looking at the temperature now, thinking, well, it feels warm in there. So at the moment it would grow without heating if I was to put some in. But I'd like to experiment because you don't know what will do what unless you experiment. And I've got plenty of lettuce seeds, so it doesn't hurt to spare some for the sake of experiments. But yeah, hopefully if it does work, then I'll know that I can do it all the time. But look at this, they're dumping the rabbit stuff in there like it's a shed. So words are going to have to be had. Above the greenhouse, look at that, I couldn't help but film it because I love the berries. It's laden with berries. It's beautiful, it's really autumnal. I love it. I just like that. So I thought I've got to show you that. And there's my parsnips. We took the lid off them and they're growing really lush and green, but I can't really see the parsnip underneath. And I'm pulling back at it and trying to peer down, but I can't see the parsnip. So either they've not grown very big or they've grown well down, because a lot of roots in these boxes have grown so deep. And Dean's been having trouble getting them up. He had to take the saw to the corn to get the corn down, chop that down. It's just so deep rooted, and then you had to dig down. But as you can see, they're all empty now, apart from a few weeds are now springing up. So thinking about putting a bit more cardboard down, because last year we put cardboard on it. So I'm thinking of putting cardboard down over it for winter if I'm not going to be using them. And then sort of later winter, I'll put some more soil on top. Still got loads of raspberries. Look at all of these. I've got to get a bowl and pick them. And then I'm just going to pop them into deep freeze, because I've got lots of apples in deep freeze from the apple trees, and they make lovely apple and raspberry pies. But my daughter, Lisa, she's a bit funny with apples, a bit allergic. My mum was the same. It makes them a bit puffy and itchy. So she'll just eat the raspberry pie then. But look at them on the floor as well, they're dropping off. I can't pick them as fast as what they're growing. It's a nightmare. They're growing huge. And like you can see, they're growing really tall this year. This is our pheasant. I've advertised him for a home free on Facebook, on my page. I need a home for him really. Because he's a boy, I can't put him in with the others now because the other one will kill him. I've still got some Brussels sprouts. I've still got some of them here. Some look like they're growing, others don't, so I'll just leave them and wait and see. If we get some good ones, we'll harvest them. That one doesn't look too bad. Some look like they've got nothing. Some look like they've already grown and gone to seed but never actually formed into a Brussels. I don't know. I'm just going to leave them and we'll see what happens with them. So yeah, all these tops, like I'm saying, they need sorting out. They're just messy now really, because I've got swede under there. I've not looked at that for a while, but if it's okay, I'm going to fetch it out. So yeah, that's how the garden's looking now at the end of September. I mean, the raspberries might go on. I've had raspberries in December before now, so they might be the only thing continuing. But we'll see how it goes and see what I do with it. And like I say, I want to experiment, so we'll just wait and see. So that's what the garden looks like at the end of September. A bit bare, a few bits here and there, as you can see. I was planning on doing like an autumn winter garden, but I want to alter things around a bit again, so I don't know if I will this year. But like I was saying, in the greenhouse, one thing I would like to do is put some lettuces in. I want to have a practice, see if I can grow some, get some fresh ones for Christmas. I can't see why they won't grow because they're pretty good at growing, or I could even put some under where the white tops are, but we are planning on altering them again because I did find they were really good. They kept out the butterflies and things, but I did find that when the vegetables got so big that they sort of started to rot. So as you're watering them, because the water will go through, they'd start to rot a bit. I think they do need a bit of fresh air. So maybe the tops are ideal when they are smaller to help them grow, but when they get bigger, they really do need the fresh air. And that's the reason I lost all my beetroot as well, because it rotted. So I'm thinking now next year, I don't need tops on the beetroot, so they'll be out in the open again. But I'm thinking about getting some very fine mesh. When we had our allotment, we had tops on things and cages, but cages around things, but it was very fine mesh that we hooked around it, so it stopped the butterflies getting in, which was really good and it was effective. So I'm thinking maybe we need to do that again because we need the air to circulate inside the vegetables more. I'm going to move around because I'm flashing. Well, camera is, not me literally. And get the right light. So yeah, I am thinking about getting some mesh on them. So I'm going to mess around a bit with the garden over winter and see. We'll get it right. We'll get it perfect eventually. Well, not perfect. There's no such thing as perfect, but how we need it, as good as we can get it. We'll get there in the end. Gardening is all trial and error, and you can garden all your life and you'll still be going through trial and error. So yeah, that's what we're hoping to do. So now there's another gardening collab, I believe, next month, the end of October. I can't believe how quick it's all gone this year. It's flown by, hasn't it? It's gone really quick. But there's one more collab next month, the end of next month, before next year when it will start again. So we'll come back and see what's there next month, or if I have put any lettuces in and what they're doing, we'll have a look next month. So yeah, everybody else who's taken part or who has taken part throughout this year, we'll drop the links down below so you can take a look at their gardens, and not just this month, but like I say, throughout this year. You know, some people do some and they're not able to do every month. So if you're interested and you want to have a look through everybody's, then you can just have a look. So I'll drop the links down below. And like I say, it's hosted by Victoria from Home Educating the Mad Lads. So pop along and have a look at Victoria's channel. She's got a really good channel, and obviously home education as well, and lots of things that they get up to. It's really good, as do all the others, so they're all worth having a look at. So that's it for now. So I'll be back now as normal next Tuesday, because we've had a bit of an unusual week this week because we've been on holiday, and I've been showing you bits and pieces of what we've been doing, and also, you know, saying how educational things are. We've not done as much as we'd like to do. I bet you're thinking, phew, thank goodness for that, or we'd have had to seen a lot. But no, because of Sean's leg, we were a bit limited. Even though we got a wheelchair could push her, being in Wales and we love castles, a lot of them were out of the question this year, because a lot of them did mean steps and it would have been too much. So we've done what we could do and enjoyed ourselves anyway, because it's the break, isn't it? I like to sit on the beach and think, me, if I did that all week, that would suit me fine. So yeah, next week we're back to normal, back on Tuesday, and back with some homeschooling videos. So we'll see what we've got next week. We've started our new, well, our curriculum. We don't follow an actual curriculum. We devised our own this year, and we've done a week of it now. Well, nearly a week of it. Well, actually, yeah, it's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, we have. We've done a week. I don't know where I am, having been on this holiday. So we've done a week of it. So I'm getting an idea of what's going to work and what might not, what you're not interested in. So we'll sort of talk about that over the coming weeks. We'll go through each lesson that we've done. I'm sorry if I'm shaking a bit, because I'm holding the camera. And you shake at my age. But no, we'll go through things over the coming weeks, so what's working, what's not working. And of course, as the weeks go by, we'll get more of an idea anyway, what's going on with each lesson, and whether we're going to take things out or whether we're going to add things in. So we'll let you know all that. But like I say, we'll be back next Tuesday as normal. So until then, have a good weekend, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.